High above the forests of Sintra, stone walls snake across the mountains like a dragon of rock. Built by the Moors, conquered by Christian kings, and wrapped in mist and legend, this fortress once guarded the edge of Europe. This is the castle of the Moors, Portugal's mountain sentinel. For centuries, this fortress has watched over the landscape, a silent witness to the rise and fall of empires. Its story is etched into every stone, a tale of conquest, faith, and the relentless march of time. Join us as we journey through the mist and legend to uncover the secrets of this incredible mountain castle. The story begins between the 8th and 9th centuries, during the period of Islamic expansion across the Iberian Peninsula. The Umayyad Caliphate, seeking to secure its newly conquered territories, identified the Sintra Mountains as a strategic prize. Perched high above the surrounding lands, this location was a military planner's dream. The natural elevation provided an unparalleled vantage point, allowing sentinels to control the coastline and the vital access routes to Lisbon. From these walls, guards could spot approaching ships far out on the Atlantic Ocean, giving them ample time to warn of any potential threat. The castle wasn't just a fortress. It was a testament to the engineering prowess of its builders. The walls were designed to follow the natural contours of the mountain ridges, creating an irregular, organic shape that seems to grow right out of the rock. This design made it incredibly difficult to attack. Anyone foolish enough to try would have to navigate steep, treacherous slopes under a constant barrage from defenders perched safely above. The castle became the guardian of the region, a fortress above the clouds that protected the Moorish settlements below, ensuring their prosperity and security in a volatile era. The very air here feels ancient, filled with the echoes of sentinels who once scanned the horizon for sails and soldiers. Life within and around these walls was a reflection of the vibrant Al-Andalus culture that flourished in Moorish Iberia. While the castle primarily served as a military outpost, it was also the heart of a thriving community. Sintra, or Shantara, as it was known then, became a significant agricultural and administrative center. The castle provided a secure refuge for the local population during times of conflict. If an enemy army appeared, families from the surrounding farmlands would retreat behind its protective walls. To withstand long sieges, the castle was equipped with ingenious systems for survival. One of the most critical features was its network of cisterns. These large underground reservoirs were carved directly into the bedrock to collect and store rainwater. A particularly impressive one, known as the Moorish cistern, could hold enough water to sustain the castle's garrison and civilian population for months. This feature was a hallmark of Islamic military architecture, a practical solution that made the fortress a self-sufficient stronghold. Inside the walls, you would have found not just soldiers, but blacksmiths, artisans, and families going about their daily lives, all under the watchful eye of the castle's governor. The golden age of Moorish Sintra came to an end in the 12th century, with the advance of the Christian Reconquista. In 1147, just after conquering Lisbon, King Afonso Henriques, the first king of Portugal, turned his sights toward the formidable fortress in the mountains. Leading an army of Portuguese soldiers and foreign crusaders, he laid siege to the castle of the Moors. The defenders, isolated and outnumbered after the fall of Lisbon, surrendered without a prolonged fight. The capture of the castle was a pivotal moment. It secured the strategic flank of Lisbon and firmly established Christian control over this vital region. A chapel, dedicated to St. Peter of Canaverum, was built within the castle walls, a powerful symbol of the new Christian order. Although the castle's primary military role began to fade as the frontier of the Reconquista moved further south, it remained a potent emblem of victory. For the new Kingdom of Portugal, the castle was more than just a captured fortress. It was a testament to its founder's ambition and a cornerstone of its emerging national identity. As the centuries passed, the castle of the Moors slowly slipped into obscurity. With the Moorish threat gone and the royal court established in Lisbon, its strategic importance dwindled. Other palaces built in the Sintra area, more suited for comfort than defense, drew the attention of the nobility. The fortress was left to the care of a small garrison, its formidable walls gradually succumbing to the elements. Nature, however, wasn't the only force that wore it down. The castle's decline was dramatically accelerated by one of the most catastrophic events in European history, the Great Lisbon Earthquake of 1755. The violent tremors that leveled much of the capital sent shockwaves through the Sintra Mountains, causing significant sections of the castle's walls and towers to collapse. The chapel was left in ruins, and the once mighty fortress was rendered almost completely unusable. Following the earthquake, the castle was largely abandoned. The forest began to reclaim the stone, with vines creeping over the ramparts and trees growing in the courtyards. For over a century, the Castle of the Moors became a true ruin, a forgotten relic left to the wind, fog, and the whispers of its own history. Just as it seemed the castle would be lost to time forever, it was rediscovered in the 19th century through the eyes of the Romantics. This artistic and cultural movement celebrated nature, emotion, and the grandeur of the past. Sintra became the heart of Portuguese Romanticism, championed by King Ferdinand II, a German prince who married into the Portuguese royal family. Ferdinand was captivated by Sintra's mystical atmosphere and its wealth of historical ruins. While he was busy creating his fantastical masterpiece, the Pena Palace on a neighboring peak, he also turned his attention to the forgotten Castle of the Moors. But Ferdinand had no intention of restoring the castle to its former military glory. Instead, he envisioned it as a romantic ruin, a dramatic centerpiece in the vast garden he was cultivating across the mountainside. He stabilized the remaining walls, cleared pathways, and planted trees to enhance its picturesque quality. He wanted to preserve its aura of antiquity and mystery, blending history and nature into a single, breathtaking experience. Thanks to his vision, the Castle of the Moors was reborn not as a fortress, but as a work of art, medieval ruin perfectly integrated into the wild, romantic landscape. Today, the Castle of the Moors stands as one of Portugal's most iconic and beloved landmarks. As part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site known as the Cultural Landscape of Sintra, it attracts visitors from all over the globe. Walking its walls is like stepping back in time. It's a popular destination for hikers who traverse the winding paths through the forest, for photographers seeking to capture its dramatic beauty against the changing light, and for history lovers eager to connect with its layered past. From the top of its ramparts, the views are simply breathtaking. On a clear day, you can see the entire region laid out before you. The colorful Pena Palace on the next hill, the historic town of Sintra nestled in the valley, the sprawling forests, and the vast shimmering expanse of the Atlantic Ocean on the horizon. It's a panorama that connects 1,000 years of history in a single glance. The castle offers a unique opportunity to physically walk through the pages of Portugal's story, feeling the cool mountain breeze and imagining the lives of those who stood on these very walls centuries ago. The Castle of the Moors is not just a ruin, it is a memory carved into the mountains. It's a place where cultures met, where kingdoms rose and fell, and where history still whispers through the mist of Sintra. It stands as a powerful reminder that even the strongest walls eventually crumble, but the stories they hold can last forever. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey to the Castle of the Moors. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more adventures into the heart of history. See you next time.